What is going on, every Tenno? I wish you all a beautiful Monday morning. I just realized I have to flap down the armrests from my chair, and now we are good to go. I hope you all had a beautiful start into the week, or are about to have a beautiful start into the week. For all the Freedom Eagles out there who are just waking up, and to everybody in the far, far east, far across the deserts of the Middle East, and where the sun has already set because of, you know, it's late in the east, you know how time zones work. I hope you had a beautiful Monday. I wish everybody a beautiful Monday, and let's see who we have today. We have on YouTube, we have Minecraft, NFY Plays, Ali, welcome to you all, David, Pop Smoke, Bastor, Dark Cat's Eyes saying good morning, 3 more hours to work. Well, that's perfect because the stream is about to last around about 3 hours, I think. If my voice doesn't collapse earlier, which might as well be the case. And over on Twitch, we got, I see a Lego Master, I see a Sunny Boy, I see that a certain Chicken Teriyaki has found the new emotes. That's right, for everybody who is on Twitch. For everybody who is on the Twitch side of things, we have new emotes. I have yet to add them to the YouTube channel memberships, but I will also do that very shortly. And I hope you like them. It's not the end of the story. There will be more because, especially on Twitch, we have a lot more slots to work with. But, you know, at least you have something to work with. Who else we got? We got My Mind is a Dystopia. Keep it down today, okay? Just keep it down, alright? Alright. Welcome, everybody. Blue Hoodie, Lev is there, So Softies, we got Corey as well. Everybody's hyping, everybody is, having fun with the new emotes. I am happy. Yes, Dystopia, yes. Alert is still working. It's nice that you helped, you know, reinsure that the alert is working. The alert is working. Good morning from Argentina, and my mom is calling me right now. Give me a sec. Give me 1 second. See if it's something important or if I can call her back later. Give me 1 second. I am so sorry. It's like she saw that I just went live. I am so sorry. Be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go away or I'll send Clem after you. All right, there we are again. There we are again. I'm so sorry for the interruption. I was just about to greet everybody. So let's get back to it. My mom just called me. What I did know is they're going on vacation tomorrow. What I did not know is that they had a certain arrangement where they bring the bags to the airport today already. And she basically just called me to say goodbye ahead of time, and I was not informed about that. And I agreed that we're going to talk a little bit later when they come back from the airport with the bags. And yeah, everything is fine. Don't worry. We're all good. Just wanted to say, nothing to worry about. Nothing tragic happened. Just my mom basically checking up on me. For everybody who joined in, sorry for the interruption first. Welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody. I was about to greet people. Of course, I unfortunately missed a couple messages now, but I still hope that everybody has a very beautiful Monday morning, afternoon, evening, night. But the question is, if it's Monday night, then why are you not asleep? You need to go to school tomorrow. You need to finish high school. You got to graduate well, because otherwise you're going to miss out on the once-in-a-lifetime chance of being in student debt for the rest of your life. Doesn't that sound amazing? So yeah. Switch off the stream, go to bed, and be a good student. 4 p.m. on Monday here. Fuzzy Piano, welcome. Welcome, Embriage. Welcome, Mikuahi Yashi. Your first time here, right? I've seen you as a first-time chatter earlier in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Veteran Games, welcome on YouTube. Nilo, Bakamo Senpai, hello from South Korea. Wow, South Korea is already sundown, right? South Korea must be late. South Korea must be really late. I'm happy that you made it though. Really happy to have you here. It's so cool to have like such a big international audience. It's amazing, honestly. A friend of mine earlier messaged me on WhatsApp. He was like, could you give me a screenshot of your demographics? Like, where are your viewers coming from? Because he was about to also get back into Warframe videos, and he wanted to know like what you're dealing with when you're doing English speaking videos. And we were both kind of amazed that so many people are coming from all over the place. You might think that everybody's just coming from the US, but that's not true. Only 1/3 of all of you are coming from the US, and the rest is coming from everywhere else. And I think that is amazing. By the way, welcome to everybody who's also following in on Twitch. For everybody checking out on YouTube, if you want to, if you have a Twitch account, then feel free to also join the Twitch chat, because Twitch chat is easier for me to read. Phantom Glitch, first time chatter, good afternoon from the UK. Well, that sounds jolly good. That sounds jolly splendid. You're here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you have some tea and biscuits. Also, Hotao, afternoon from England as well. Yeah, we have a lot of Brits. We have a lot of Brits here, and that's cool. I like England. I gotta say, I like England. I should spend more time there, but the few times I was there was always a blast. Especially because I actually understand people. That is something I can't tell for France. I felt like a dumbass when I was in Paris, not gonna lie. I was in Paris the weekend before, like not last weekend, but the week before. I was in Paris for a weekend trip. And I felt like a pesky idiot because the only thing I can say in French is, "Hi, do you speak English?" Because my French is not good. It's not good. And I don't think French people like it when your French is not good. And I felt bad. I felt really bad. Fake Queen Liz, hi from Ireland. First time live here. First time. I'm happy you made it. Welcome to the stream. Wish you all a beautiful, beautiful Monday. I hope you have all the snacks and drinks ready. And we, by the way, Sri Lanka, wow. We have people from everywhere here. That's amazing. We have a plan today. But before we jump into the game, I have a little funny story that I wanted to share because I just remembered something that has puzzled me since a couple streams ago. See, I don't know when it was, if it was last stream or the stream before, we found out that Daggith is the only Warframe that I currently do not own. And I was wondering why that is, because I have a full Daggith build video on my channel, so obviously I did have her at some point, but I did not know anymore where she went. And I just remembered the whole story when I was doing workout before the stream. And I wanted to share that because I think it's hilarious. And I think it's gonna be a good laugh. Oh man. So, as you probably know, if you've been around the YouTube space for a while, now and then, Digital Extremes, the company behind Warframe, they sometimes are generous and they sponsor some of their content creators to talk about a new update, whether that be a new Warframe or something like Warframe 1999 that came out in December. So essentially, they contact you ahead of time and they're like, look, for this and that release, we offer you a sponsorship and you get to have a sponsored video by us to make on that Warframe. And as I'm sure also some of you know, for the Daggith video that I did 2 years ago, I got sponsored from Digital Extremes, which was very, very nice. and the thing with that is, not only with DE, but like with every sponsor that you have, before you publish the final video, of course, you got to submit the video to them so they can take a look at it and see if everything is all right. And then they give you a green light and then you publish it. So that makes sense, right? And I did that, right? I got the pre-access to Daggith, I did my testing, I made my build, I recorded, I made the whole video, I send it to them on Monday. Usually new Warframes get released on Wednesday. Plan was to send it to them for the checkup on Monday so that they could say if everything was all right, and then I would be able to publish on Tuesday, 24 hours before release. That was basically the conditions. So I sent them the video and I was confident. Because if they liked my normal videos, why wouldn't they like this? The Daggith video was just like any other Warframe video that I made, right? Yeah. Turns out, like 99% of the community, I thought Daggith was actually pronounced Daggoth. And tell me, who of you actually knew that the way to pronounce Daggith is Daggith and not Daggoth? Because I still hear everybody say Daggoth, and beforehand, also everybody, when they were talking about pre-release info, everybody to my knowledge also always said Daggoth, so I just recorded the video that way, right? I was like, just naming the Warframe by her name, no problem. So I sent the video, fully expecting I just get green light and I can publish it. And then I got the reply, which was like, hey, we really love the energy in the video and everything. We just found out that you were mispronouncing her throughout the entire video. It's Daggith, it's not Daggoth. And I was like, no. Right? It was Monday evening. I had to go to work. On Tuesday morning, I was like, no, you're telling me I need to redo the entire voiceover and pronounce her right. I mean, to be fair, right? No criticism to DE here, right? If you're paying me, then I better pronounce your character the right way. I better pronounce it the right way. You're totally in the right to ask that from me, and I'm not mad at you at all. I'm more mad at myself for not knowing this, right? So I was sitting there Monday evening, I was like, it will take a millennium and a half if I do the entire voiceover of the video completely new, because that would mean that all the video cutting that I did onto the audio file would also have to be adjusted to the new timings. Like it would have taken me an entire night shift, and that would have been bad because I had to get to work the next day. That was before I was full-time YouTube. So what I did is, I was just like, if I play it really smart, I might be able to just repronounce every single time Daggeth in the video where I said the goth before. And then I just cut it into the spaces, and hopefully nobody will notice. Hopefully it's just gonna fit in well. And that's exactly what I did. And I have a challenge for you after the stream, just so you listen. So what I did there, I don't know if you ever heard about the term ad-libs. By the way, if I'm currently not reading chat, I will get back into that after I'm finished with the story, but I just think it's hilarious. So ad-libs is something that you hear a lot in hip-hop. It's these yeah, huh, that you oftentimes have like very silently in the background of the track, sort of to like bring in some more energy. And it looks super freaking dumb if you see a rapper in the studio recording ad-libs, because the way they do that is they have the headphones on, they're standing in the booth, and they're listening to the full song, and all they do is stand there and be like, yeah, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh, yeah, all right, yeah. And if you don't hear what they're hearing, it sounds like they are, it looks so freaking dumb, and it's hilarious. So can you imagine MHBlacky sitting in his chair here at this desk, listening to his Daggeth video, sitting there like, Daggeth, 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 but Daggeth. I was just sitting, I had to pause multiple times because I was laughing at myself. I was sitting here praying that please, none of my neighbors looks in through the window. Please, nobody listen to me. Please, nobody witnesses what I'm doing here, because they think, now he finally lost it. Now he finally lost it. So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with the Daggeth video. But, right, I think I did it really well. And I think nobody noticed. I think nobody noticed. And here is the homework that I have for you, class, today. After the stream, if you want to have a little bit of a challenge, you can go to my Daggeth video and listen to it very, very carefully and see if you can spot the audio cuts. See if you can spot the audio cuts where I just turned the goth into Daggeth. Because I think if you don't know it, you're not going to realize it. But if you know it, there might be one or two positions in the video where it's a little bit more obvious. And I just wanted to share that. It's a funny thing. Like, it's not that I was not allowed to do that. I mean, I think the video sounded well. I think nobody noticed. I think everybody was happy with the outcome. But that's just a fun little behind the scenes story I wanted to share at some point. And the reason why I remembered the whole thing is, and now we're getting back to the start of this story, why I don't have a Daggeth. See, after this whole thing, and I had the Daggeth video done and everything, I made, I don't know which build it was, but I really wanted Daggeth's helmet ability on that other frame. And, well, at the same time, I already had some Archon shards on Daggeth, and I was like, wait, what happens if you feed a Warframe to the helmet when they still have Archon shards on them? I mean, it costs resources to remove them, it's not like mods, but they're not gonna just destroy the Archon shards. They would not do such a thing, right? And instead of just, you know, doing something a normal person would do, like going to Google and just type it in and see what would happen, I was just like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna feed my fully formatted, fully Archon sharded Daggeth into the helmet and see what happens. I'm not gonna tell you what happened. I do not want to talk about it. Just one thing, if you have Archon shards on a Warframe, don't feed them to the helmet. Don't do that. And that's the story time for today, friends. That is the story time. That is my my greeting to you my take-home message for everybody today. Monkey see, monkey do, chicken teriyaki. Yes. Yes. At least I know now. At least I know. So yeah, welcome everybody who tuned in during the story time. Do not feed a Warframe to the helmet that has Archon shards on them. Don't do it. I'm happy everybody's here. For everybody who joined in later, we have new emotes, just in case you didn't read the title. And don't tell me, no, it was not Talforge. If it was Talforge, I would not be sitting here today. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be sitting here today. But since that fateful day, let me open Steam already. Since that fateful day, I know that it's not the Goth. And I will be very pesky and correct everybody who mispronounces her, because I learned the hard way. Now they have a disclaimer. Yeah, she did. And now I think I'm done with this background music. Let's open up Warframe. So we have a little bit of a different type of challenge today, because today we're not just going to do Archon shards. I also want to finally get into farming some Coda weapons, because I still haven't done that. I just still haven't done that, and it's time. I need to do a Coda weapon tier list, and I need to get my hands on some of those weapons. Are you able to play with fans who can't play during stream? Lego Master, that's a very good question. I would love to, and I will be hopefully able to stream at more and different occasions. But when I'm not streaming, most of the time, I'm not even playing casually myself. Like when I'm in the game off stream, usually that's when I'm recording or testing stuff for videos when I don't play with others anyway. So mainly the stream time is the time that I actually make free to play with you all, because it's just very convenient for me, and I don't have much time of casual playing outside of streams anyway. Bin Boy, welcome to the stream. Mode of War slaps. I do believe so. Let me quickly log in and give my Warframe window about 50 seconds to appear. Oh, there we are. Hey, we get 50% plat discount. Would have rather had 10 credits. What? EDA this week is more painful than my pronunciation of Daggeth. I cannot believe that. I want to check that out. Before we do anything, I want to EDA or ETA, Embriage. EDA. Okay, I want to see EDA. How painful can it be? Is it no operator, half ability duration, double ability cost? Something like that? Is it something like that? I just want to see it. Yo, veteran, you need some of those Coda weapons yourself? Well, then you can hop into the game with us as we start farming them and hopefully get some for yourself. First thing I wanted to check out, though. Does Bird 3... My mind is a dystopia. You hit 3K. 3K what? Platinum? Or 3K bits donated? Because if you hit 3K bits donated, then you better take the rest of your money, right? And shove it into 3K platinum. Ideally with a 50% or 75% discount. Thank you so much for the super generous donation again, for your super generous bits. By the way, for every bitter who has bitted, I think I updated a couple of the bit badges. I realized that 2 years ago, I bought like for $10 a bit badge pack on owned.tv, where everybody gets their live stream stuff from. And I was like, yeah, if I have that, I might as well use it, right? Might as well give you some not so standard looking stuff. So what do we have with Bird 3 here? Where? Oh no, I need to go into the other one, the shiny treasures. A red one! Friends, I have heard, I don't know if you heard it. Oh no, we already have that. I thought we don't have standing. we had standing all along. Well, that's a good one. That's the first red for today. Everybody is allowed to hype and to cheer in the chat because we have one, in numbers, one red Archon shard already, without having played a single mission. Gig, you have 109 platinum. That's not bad. You can get actually a lot of value out of 109, I think. Dominant, what username is that? Welcome to the stream. No OP, no gear, reduce max energy and loss of energy near enemy. That sounds like pain. What equipment does Deep Archimedia bless us with today? Ouch. You didn't see that. You didn't see that I just failed to. We have Temple, Nova, and Ash. You know, I've heard Netracells it is, right? I think we all heard Netracells it is today. I think we heard Netracells it is. So 3 Netracells runs, that sounds good. Sounds about right. Let's see. Let's see what the 1999 sides of things has in store for us today. Technic, welcome to you too. Hope you had a beautiful Monday so far. Let's do a little fast travel to Kaya Valesco.
Ready for a deep dive into causality?
Okay. Yes. Okay, let me see what you have for me. Temporal Archimedia. So we have, Citrine Kome Zaku. I think Zaku is pretty good. Kuva Shakur. The most West Coast hip-hoppy weapon in the entire game. Again, looks about good. What else do we have here? What do we have? Allies will endure movement speed. Yeah, movement speed, nobody cares about that. Enemies deal less damage. What? Okay, so first of all, Riz. You have the big Riz because you just confirmed that the new alert for the hype train works. Thank you so much for that, and welcome to the crew. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. Yes, yours truly has been busy and made a custom Lisette Prime Premium Billing Hype Train alert. Change to Twitch, Shadow Kimmy. That's nice. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody. Run a frame with an exalted fire. That's
impressive generosity, Tenno.
Thank you for your impressive generosity, Dystopia, man. I thought we agreed that you have done your due for today. I thought we all agreed that you have done your due for today. You have confirmed that the alerts are still working, and it is Riz, thank you so much for getting from the prime to the normal. So thank you. You're crazy. I was like, let's just have a normal Monday. Let's just lay back. Cosmic Crow, thank you also for your sub. By the way, much fun with the emotes. We have emotes now. Yes, so I was just thinking, let's have a normal Monday. Let's just sit back and have a normal Monday. Get some Coda weapons. And just lay back. But nope. Somebody said that the train was on time again. Y'all are crazy. I can just say thank you so much. What? Who redeemed the esports commentator? What? Did I miss that? Did somebody... Why didn't it tell me? Technic redeemed the esports commentator. Yes. Why didn't it show me? I'm so sorry. I did not notice. I will have to look into why it did not show me. But of course, we can do the esports commentator. We could do... Dystopia, thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for the Gould. I saw you also cheered something beforehand. But You wanted to do the esports commentator? We can absolutely do that. Welcome everybody to the show. In tonight's tournament, we are having a bidding war between My Mind is a Dystopia and The Gould, plus a lot of guests. They are seeing who can get the hype train to the highest level as soon as possible, because if they fail, they might be out of the tournament. Alan, have you ever seen something like that in your career? Because I think this is about the hottest match in our half-hour history. Oh, wait, I forgot something. That MLG horn. Did you hear that? Did you hear the MLG horn? Because I just found out half a year after... Who's jumping on Kaya there? Praying and welcome to you too. Now, the fun thing is, I have a certain audio interface to plug in my microphone, and the fun part is, The Gould, thank you so much. The fun part is that this audio interface that I have, that has built-in sound effects. It has built-in sound effects. And I didn't know that. I found that out today. This thing has 8 big colorful buttons on it, and in 6 months, I have never pressed them to see what happens. But hey. So yeah, by the way, if anyone redeems any of the channel points today, and I don't notice, please let me know in chat, because apparently it just didn't show up for me. I did not get any alert about that. So yeah, I don't want to like miss that. Just tell me, and then I will get back to it. Chicken teriyaki. Yes, I missed that. Yes, I missed the channel points. Will you ever forgive me? That's a non-headphone noise. Praying for red shards this week, Riz. Yes, please, thank you. So let's get back to the important question. Which debuffs are we getting today? Tech-rot enemies are infused with a fervor and take damage over time. They explode when killed. Sounds like Revenant doesn't care. Allies within 4 meters of slain enemies gain fire rate and at the cost of ammo. Don't care. So we have Legacy Health Scrubs. That actually sounds about nice, right? I think the ETA looks about good. What do y'all think? Is the ETA feasible this week? ETA is way tamer. Yes, Embresh. I also think so. It also looks kind of good. So how about we do an ETA to, start off the day, and then we're gonna go get some Coda weapons for ourselves. What do you think? Bread. What? Christopher, what? Hey again, dude. Christopher S. Dude, just to ask, while having spoken about Daggeth, in a full 5 red shard build towards ability strength, fair, or is there an alternative setup for damage numbers? Do you mean with Daggeth? With Daggeth, if you want to deal as much damage as possible, by the way, thank you so much for the 10 pounds. That was totally not necessary. I really appreciate it. If you want to do your Daggeth and you want to have as much ability strength as possible, I would, as much damage as possible, I would go, yes, into ability strength. Maybe I would opt for 1 or 2 yellow shards as well to get a bit more casting speed. Because if you want to deal damage with Daggett, the question is, which skill are you using for that? If you're using the Horses, I would say casting speed is probably nice. If you do the weird scythes and use that for damage, then I think casting speed is not so much needed. But yeah, if you're using the Horses, think about maybe casting speed. If you want to deal maximum damage possible, red shards is definitely never a bad idea. Don't forget the calendar. Embriage, yes, we're going to look at the calendar. I think we can do the calendar passively as we hunt for the Coda Liches, because it's, in the 1999 tile set. Hoatu, with your recent Cora video, if you would turn your first build into a loot farmer, would you just switch accumulating Whipclaw for pilfering Strangledome, or is there a better setup? I would probably, for loot setup, I would probably go and reduce a little bit on ability strength, actually, because as I also said in the video, accumulating Whipclaw works like Precision Intensify for the Whipclaw, so it doesn't hurt the Whipclaw as much if you reduce on the overall strength. And I would maybe take one ability strength mod out and therefore pilfering Strangledome, so that you can still nuke the dome with your one. And, you know, if you're running resource farms, then probably you're not going to go into the level 5, 6, 700s anyway, where you would need all that damage. Therefore, I think sacrificing a bit of strength for pilfering Strangledome is probably the way to go. Mr. Shadowframe, hello, Mr. Gon, Dagatsi, what? It's a mandatory mod for both. Yeah, I would also say as accumulating Whipclaw is, the good thing about it is that it's not just base damage, it's that it is ability strength in disguise. It's so good if you don't have to invest so highly into the quote-unquote normal ability strength, and that you can make up with the accumulating Whipclaw for that. But alright, who wants to do some ETA? Who wants to do some ETA? I'm going to try it with Zaku. Let's just see where we're going. Zaku. See which build are we going to go for. We have a Nourish build. I think Nourish is good. Gives us a bit more ability, a bit more energy efficiency. Then we, of course, go for the 2-pack Kuva Shakur. Because why not? Just gotta make sure that we have something against Skuldra. I think we're gonna... Not for a bleed build. What's the Frost build? Corrosive. We're gonna get Viral from Nourish, which is good. This we should switch out for something that deals more damage because there is no Skuldra faction mod. What do we have here? I think we could go for... No, wait. Whatever. It's just throwing... I cannot even throw in more base damage. That's unfortunate. Then what does fit? Galvanized Aptitude does fit. Boom. That's good enough. That's good enough. In the secondary, we have the Ocucore. Don't care which setup it has. Let's just go for, I don't know, Corrosive Heat. Why not? And in the melees, I don't even know what was on the list. I'm looking very much forward to the upcoming update where they fix, or where they introduce this feature that you can swap out your stuff. The Lecta. I have everything of that. Techo Lecta. I have none of that build. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, Lecta level 4, friends. That's it. Why don't I use Kuva Nukor? Is there a Kuva Nukor in there? Did I miss that? There's no Kuva Nukor in there. Have to use the Ocucore. Yo, veteran, you asked a question and it took you to a commercial. Is Twitch playing commercials again? I hate when that happens. By the way, if there's a commercial on Twitch playing as you're watching, that's unfortunately what Twitch forces us streamers to have, right? I would love if there was no commercials at all, because guess what? I earned, on the last stream, commercials on Twitch earned me 5 cents. 5 cents. That's not a lot. That's not a lot, and it's totally not worth it. And if I could, I would just disable them so everybody can watch in peace. But Twitch doesn't let us. Twitch does not let us. They're living unhealthy because they don't let us. Max energy is... Yeah, I guess we don't use that as Zaku. I guess we don't use that one as Zaku. I've heard that is not going to be all too amazing. Better don't use this one. Striker, do I plan on making a chroma video? Yes, but I do not know yet when. I want to, of course, make a video on absolutely every frame at some point. But it's, you know, it's always a lot of work and I have to see when to best schedule any specific frames. So that's kind of a bit of a thing. But yeah, sure, I plan on making chroma at some point. Definitely. You wouldn't take Daggeth pronunciation advice from DE, Sora. In-game pronunciation is like... Yeah, but hey, if they say I need to pronounce her like Daggeth, then I just do that. So, let's just unlock that, right? Shall we? Let's just unlock that so I can invite some of you so we can get to playing the game. I mean, that's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. Let's finally get to playing the game. Let's have some Archimedia, have some fun, get some red Archon shards, or some pain in case we don't get the red Archon shards. Which one will it be? Riz, you always pronounce Daggeth like me did. I think a lot of players just pronounce her Dagoth. And I think that's totally fine because it seems so intuitive. Just that... Yeah, let's begin our research. I think I'm gonna get bodied here. I don't know, last time I didn't have all that much aura when I played Kalervo. Please don't force start if one is not ready yet. Somebody said no.
Dude, I'm so glad it's you again.
If you still need to change up some stuff, then absolutely do that. We can wait for a minute. Sephiroth! YouTube didn't notify you. Damn! YouTube really being a bad boy today, huh? Nice that you made it anyway. Welcome to the stream. Hope you have a good Monday. Where's the secure Electa? I don't have that. I'm sorry, what? I don't have that. No maxed out ETA. Yep. Fire Lion. If you're playing Zaku, you do not want to have minus 75% maximum energy. You do not want to have that.
Stand by for temporal shenanigans.
Shadow Kimi, what's the problem? What's the problem? Okay, why does nobody want to go? Why are you saying no? What's the issue? Because if I don't want to go into the... By the way, Dystopia, gotta run out my office, so I'll be back in the... No stress, man. Thank you again so much. By the way, you can also chat without money, right? You can also just not pay for sending messages. Did you know that? Don't stress yourself. Have a good way back from home. You're not going to miss out on anything. Probably we're going to be sitting here for a while and just fail at Archimedia. So just a quick question, Squa Will and Shadow Kimi. Why are we not ready? What is the problem? Do I think that Nuke Savagoth can survive on this week's ETA? I mean, I guess. What are we doing? What did I even agree to? I guess. Sorry, I'm not used to do it with a squad. Okay, well, then let me invite you. Then you might be able to make the squad place free for someone else who wants to do it with a squad, and we can invite you later for something else. Because I don't want to go into the Archimedia and just have someone drop out because they weren't ready, and then we have to do it with 3 people. That turned out bad last time. It's not letting you go. Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. Try harder. You watching me in school? You should watch your teacher in school. No, like seriously. I mean, I appreciate that you tune in, but you know, if you're in school, you probably better listen to your teacher and get some good grades. Don't want to encourage any slacking off here. Oh, okay. Now wait, before you agree, we have a free space. Let's see if we can fill it up with someone else. Shadow Ninja, hello, welcome to the stream. Calamity, I'm trying to make a Kome build. What shards would you slot in? Was thinking about blue energy or yellow and green. I think green is fine if you wanted to go into corrosive, because you know Kome does a lot of status effects. Blue is always fine if you want to give yourself energy, so you don't have to use primed flow. That's always good. And decline my invitation. Invite. Yeah, I think blue and green is fair. Red, of course, means you have more ability strength, but I also don't think that Kome needs ability strength all that much, right? So that sounds about right. I mean, the power of Kome comes with the decree stack in anyway, so... Right, the thing with Kome is, that's actually the fun part. With Kome, usually all Warframes have a very, very similar power curve. When the mission starts, they are at the same power level as when the mission ends. Maybe if you use Mold Augmented, maybe it takes like 1 minute or so before you get up to your kills, and then you are at the maximum power. But with Kome, it's a whole different thing. With Kome, it takes ages to get to the really OP levels of power, but therefore it's really busted when you have all those decrees. So Kome is an endurance frame, and most of her power comes from the decrees anyway. So I think shard optimization is not all that important. It's not all that important to go in and, let's say, go for a 15% more ability strength with a red shard or something, because you're not going to feel it all that much on her. So if you instead have the chance of making something like skipping a mod slot, let me quickly enable that before it gets tech rotted. I mean, it was... Wait. You're again in a squad of 3? It looks like we're in a squad of 2. Why? Why are we in a squad of 2? No, like, honestly, I'm about to die now. But like... Let's just abort that mission, because it's obviously just that 2 people got kicked out again. Like, I don't know why. And I gotta be serious for 1 second here, because it honestly, genuinely annoys me. Why? Every single time we play a mission with viewers, is it that 1 or 2 people get kicked out and I have this stupid mission overlay over my minimap? Why does that happen every single time? Because when I play the game by myself offline, when I just go into random squads, maybe to do Sanctuary Onslaught, to level a frame or whatever, that never happened before. It never happened before I started streaming. It always only happens on stream, and it really annoys the fuck out of me. I'm trying to keep it together because I don't want to start ranting, but I don't understand why this is such a problem. Laggy Shaggy, welcome to the stream. Day's been going fine so far, just a bit annoyed that I can't keep a squad of 4 together apparently in no stream. So let's just try that again. If it doesn't work, we're not playing Archimedia. We're just playing something else. Streamer curse, yeah, probably. Lag, I don't know, maybe? Potentially, hypothetically? Temple with Exalted Fireline is probably not a bad idea. Like, Temple's Exalted is pretty darn good. It's really a good Exalted. It's really strong. Coda farming later, no problem. We can do that. Striker, yeah, the mission markers are also bugged recently quite a lot. That's true. And usually it's not that much of a problem. It just annoys me when it happens on stream. You know, if I play for myself, I don't care. But on stream, it should at least be somewhat of an enjoyable experience for everybody. Could not deliver invitation to Sonny Boy. Why? Could not deliver. Okay. Then we invite Blue Hoodie. Technic, Skua Will said the mission overlay minimap happened when you have an invitation pending from others. Oh. Okay. What, do you mean like a friendship invitation with the friend system? Or if somebody invites me to a squad? Because right now there seems to be no squad invitation right here. Temple kissing is... Yeah, Cosmic, yeah. When Temple kissed the guitar, that was... They sure have a lot of fun. They sure have a lot of fun behind the scenes with all the shenanigans. Honestly, I was kind of sad that I watched the dev stream by myself on Friday, because I would have loved to just react to it on stream. Had I known how hilarious the stuff would be that they do on stream, I would have totally watched that together with you. We would have had a watch party and we would have had a good laugh all together. Welcome, Blue Hoodie. So let's see. Let's see if we can make it happen this time.
Hey, Paradox. Got a set of crisis events lined up for you.
Melee combo chance, casting uses armor, okay. But which effect was it that the entire region deals toxin damage over time, increasing the longer players remain, except in the vicinity of Hell Scrubbers? Okay. Yeah, Cosmic, it would have been great to laugh at it as a crew. Try harder, have a good one. Yeah, you have a good one too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good school day. Metal Twig, welcome to you too. Invites to squad, but I didn't have an invite to squad, Squaw. Praying hand, good luck, mate. Hope everything goes smooth. Thank you so much. Let's just hope that. User buffs, it doesn't let me. Last time it didn't let me. Why does it? Like, I tried to click it last time. It said it. Okay. Heavy slam, no chance to resist knockdown. That's cool. We're gonna go with that. That's cool. Hell Scrub, yeah, that's gonna be underground. And then we have, what was it? Exterminate. Yeah, let's take the... We have a gear wheel this time. We have a gear wheel this time. Let's use the rocket launcher now that we can actually use it. Oh, yes, we do an elite. Yo, I don't honestly wait a second. I'm like completely bugging out. Sorry, can we just cancel that for a second? I thought it was set to elite because it was set to elite beforehand. Thank you for reminding me. I don't know, man. I feel like something is wrong with the UI. I feel like somehow things are a bit weird today. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it into the mission and also all make it out. Zenflare, welcome. Time to pop? Let's see. Technic EDA seems easier than ETA. The EDA modifiers look pretty scary to me, not gonna lie.
Get them to work again, and that's bound to prime the timeline.
So we got 3 in already. Will there be a 4? We're 3. Will there be a fourth? Yes! No! Oh, I thought Blue Hoodie joined the squad. Blue Hoodie I don't get it. You know what? Let's just try and make it happen. Let's just try and play this mission. Let's just see if we can make it. If not, we're going to play something else where it's not detrimental if somebody drops out. But I find it hilarious that it's presumably impossible that I ever get a full squad together into a mission. It's hilarious. It bugs me. What is my PC specs GYG? You can see the PC specs down below on the Twitch page. I don't think my PC should have any issues with this. I do not think that there are any issues. I also do not think that there are internet issues, because if my internet was slow, then I would probably also have problems with the stream connection, which there are none right now. At least OBS is not saying that there are any issues. Bugframe, gotta love it. Blue Hoodie, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Really sorry that you dropped out. I don't know what's going on with the game. I don't know why my streams are so cursed. Technically, doing it with randos, I think you're gonna probably have a more stable time doing it with randos than doing it with me. Not gonna lie. My streams are cursed with network stability. It's not really a thing. We don't do that here. All those kids nowadays who appreciate network stability, oops, I should maybe use my 4. Network stability, we don't need that here. Because back in my days, we didn't have that, and we had a good life anyway, so why would we need network stability now? Soy, this is not Corvex, this is Zaku, and this Zaku has, I don't know, has a couple forma. I don't know exactly how many right now. I can check it out later, but I do have a video on Zaku Prime. Did that when Zaku Prime was released, so if you want to check out the full build, you can certainly do that. There, get me back into that AoE. Noodly, Hydroid or Mirage, which one is more of a pain to farm? Maybe that's a good question for chat, because I do not remember how both of them are farmed. I think both of them are not so bad in terms of farming. I think they're both fine. It's not like Harrow, right? Harrow is one of the most painful farms. I think Mirage and Hydroid are both fine. Yeah, sure, you're right. You're right. Mirage is from a quest, so technically you would have to play the quest first. Question is if you maybe have done that quest already. In that case, I don't think there's all too much of a difference. Equinox Praying Hand, yes. I can understand that, because you're essentially farming 2 different Warframes at the same time. Maybe I'm just having a personal trauma with Harrow, and that is not because of the Chains of Harrow quest, believe me that. No, no, no. This is not because of the Chains of Harrow quest. It is simply because I have played these stupid game modes for ages to get the other Harrow parts, and never got it. Not a single one. And then I just bought him for cash. That was before the release of his Prime, though. GYG, you love my YouTube videos. Thank you so much for every tutorial. Oh man, don't feel bad about not donating. Like, seriously, I know that we have some very generous donators here in chat, and I, of course, really, really appreciate that, but that does not mean that I expect donations, or that I'm not happy about people who are joining who are not paying money, right? We're all here to have fun. I'm happy for every single one who's here. And if you love my videos, I feel really blessed. I'm really happy that you enjoy my stuff. And your feedback is more than enough. Praying at 30, what? Just 3 hours for a Harrow? Man, you got lucky. Oh, Gould, yeah. I should add, good point. I should add, I farmed Harrow when Swordies was the highest level content in the game. That's been a couple years. That was long before the Deviri circuit was a thing. And I actually think circuit is a blessing, an absolute freaking blessing for those frames who are such a pain to farm like Harrow. Good old Swordies. And I think Swordies are still great if you want to step up your Riven game. Hey, we're gonna level the Lecta. By the way, are we in here for the Archon Shards? Of course not. We're just leveling the Lecta. That's why we're here, friends. Don't get it twisted. Screw those Archon Shards. Nobody needs that. Just need a level 30 Lecta. Ashe Fuzzy Piano. Yes, Ashe is equally annoying. There are a couple of frames that I ended up paying for with Platinum for the normal version, not even for the Prime. And Ashe was one of them. Harrow was one of them. I got lucky with Equinox, though. I got really lucky with Equinox. Needed less than 10 runs for all the parts. Kalervo. I gotta admit, right? After I became Warframe creator and after I started doing YouTube as a business, I never really farmed a frame because as part of the creator program, we get given access to all the new frames that get released by default without having to farm them. So we can put out a video as soon as possible. And that puts me in the very privileged situation where I do not have to farm these frames. If I was no Warframe creator, I would also just buy him for Platinum day one so I can make a video. But yeah, that's why I'm not in the position to judge farming times at the moment for all the new frames. I just haven't done them. I think I'm gonna die. Do you wait for the primes or just buy the base variant? I buy the primes usually. Sometimes I even buy the prime access pack to support the game. Because the primes are not part of the Warframe Creator Program rewards, we get access to the normal frames, but we don't get the primes. Like, we have to either farm or buy them ourselves. And sometimes I just do that. If a prime is really cool, especially if the cosmetics are nice, then I might just get the prime access pack and support the game this way. If not, I just buy it from someone else over Warframe Market. Fuzzy Banner, you just bought the normal frames since like Hildred. That's fine too. I think, you know, when a normal frame releases, it takes like at least 3 or so years before the Prime will be released. So I think it's fair to just say, you know what, I'm gonna buy the normal frame for Platinum. If you have the Plat, why not? It's not like it's gonna be obsolete next week, right? We're not playing Honkai Star Rail here, are we? Right? We're not playing any of those games that put out a new character that completely power creeps everything that came out last month. That's not it here. Aze, welcome to the stream. Resonator for Zaku. Yeah, Resonator is a good ability. I would say that, yeah. Just wanted to make sure that I don't run out of juice, which is why I went for the Nourish one. CD, you finished the Warframe 1999 calendar. I still have to take a look at what we have to do this week and how long it takes. But since we're going to do also some Coda today, I think we shouldn't have any issues with the calendar. By the way, good run so far. No, I don't use Equilibrium on Zaku. I have this Zaku build right here. I have it with Nourish. And we're about to be done with the mission, huh? Let's go, Coda, yes. Yes, by the way, Zane, welcome to the stream, by the way, on YouTube. We should take a look at the circuit today. We're not going to play the circuit on the stream today because the incarnates that are on the circuit today, I already have them. I don't need them anymore. But if you do not have the Torrid Incarnon, then definitely get that this week. Torrid Incarnon is in the rotation, and you should totally get it. It's, I don't want to say the best gun in the game, but when it comes to group clearing, yeah, it's the best gun in the game. Everybody should have one. No matter if it's boring or not, but I think everybody should have one.
Always better than nothing. What's next?
Ugh. You main Revenant. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, Revenant, I mean, technically, you could play the 550% ability strength Revenant and kill absolutely everything with abilities with your 3. But yeah, I think there are better things that you could do. Where am I even walking? Better things to get the ability kills than Revenant. Let's not deny that. Not gonna lie. Where's the... Oops. Did I make a wrong turn there? Yep. Everybody waiting for me again. Sorry. There we go. Oh, we got another... Ooh. Do my eyes spot a red Archon shard there? Can it be true? Is there a red Archon shard? Did I see that? Did you see what I saw?
Opportunity to harvest legacytes under test conditions.
That's red shard number 2 for today. That is a good start into the Archimedia, I would say. Zettel, Torrid Incarnon is the best gun. The thing is, the Torrid Incarnon struggles a little bit with single target, which is why I struggle to call it the best gun. But I totally get the point, right? The game is multi-target for the most part, and you can always just bring a secondary or a melee for the single target. Like Torrid Incarnon with, for example, Harmony is one of the most disgusting combinations. You just use Torrid Incarnon to clear 99% of the enemies. And then if a big guy comes around the corner, no problem. You can just go ahead and use the Harmony on him. Kaboom, one hit dead. And that's it then. Lego Master, your Wi-Fi just killed itself. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope it's going to be online soon. Calamity Fenmore. Yeah, but the good thing about the Fenmore is you can farm it all the time. It's one of the OG Incarnons, so you don't have to wait for a rotation that is on a 6 or 8 week schedule. That's a good thing about the Fenmore. It's never too late to get it. Oh, the Legacytes are out already. I was thinking we're still protecting Kalimos. Atomos or Mitre Incarnon. I would say probably Atomos. I think Mitre Incarnon, I would have to look at it again. I would have to take a look at the Mitre Incarnon again in more detail. But I personally think the Atomos is better. I mean, the Mitre and the Atomos are probably the quote-unquote worst weapons in this week's rotation. The rest is better. But worst in the sense of not as overpowered as the rest. Not in the sense of it is bad. You know what I mean? Where's the freaking Legacyte? Where are you? Oh, there. No, don't you run away. Oh, that's number 1. Oh, Mitre is your favorite Incarnon. Well, I mean, I get that. Mitre is a very cool weapon concept.
It's like it's spreading.
I know the Mitre can be used to pop nullifier bubbles very, very quickly, but you don't need the Incarnon for that. Normal miter can already do that. Hey, enemies! I need energy. Oops, and down we go. I was already waiting for it. By the way, thanks for picking me up. Lego Master, you don't like glaives either. That's fair. Glaives are pretty busted because melee influence, and that's a boring way to play the game. I totally agree with that. I just like to do it because monkey brain like big numbers, but I can totally see why people would not like glaives. The Falcor is an exception, though. I think the Falcor is a glaive for people who don't like glaives. Aromatic, it is Temporal Archimedia, Elite Temporal Archimedia. Yeah, Father, that's true. The Glaive Prime is one of the OG glaives, so to speak, because you can essentially use /DOT. That's kind of what it is made for. Unfortunately, though, that's the really unfortunate part. You get more kills per minute if you just use it with electricity and melee influence anyway. That's the sad part about it. Yeah, I should have modded a little bit more duration on my Zaku, because bro just runs out of steam. Stream lag, can you repeat that? Repeat what? Where was I? Where did you got cut off? I was basically saying that the Glaive Prime is not meant to be used with melee influence from the stats, but rather as a /DOT. But that it's stronger with melee influence anyway, which is sad. Die! I love the Kuva Shakur reload animation. Would just be good if I actually hit the target. Just saying. Would be good if I actually hit the target. Have you played with controller? No. I know it very much looks like it because I don't hit anything. What the heck? What was that? Because I don't hit anything. But no, it's just because I try to have one eye on chat and one eye on screen, and that means I disappoint everybody. Oh yeah. Father, you're completely right. If you're doing single target damage with /DOT, sure, then the glaive slashes are definitely superior. The fodder, yeah, melee influence. But the sad thing is that, unfortunately, if you're looking at, for example, acolytes, they are limited with how many slashes they can have. So I feel that /DOT is kind of in a bit of a meh spot, in the way that if you use it against fodder, you better use melee influence. If you use it against the big enemies, a lot of them are either resistant to status effects, or they can only have a few status effects, or damage attenuation that makes it so that /DOT is not all that great. It's sad. It's a bit sad, because I always liked /DOT. I always really loved, I don't know if I'm the only one here, but I always really loved those situations where you would die. That was totally what I was about to say. Boy, am I enjoying right now. Oh no, Darkslayer's down too. Yeah, that Legicide really did us dirty. Oopsie. No, I'm not abandoning. I'm sure the team has this. I'm sure the team has this. Lego Master, I don't know what's going on with your Wi-Fi. Leo, welcome back to you again. Finally hit the stress. No stress. You didn't miss anything important. Just that, you know, we're always cursed, that people always get thrown out the squad whenever we start a mission. That is a... If you had a bingo card for MHBlacky streams, I would totally put that on, because that always happens. Because that always happens. And, yeah, other than that, we did get 2 red Archon shards. That was the good one. That was the good part. Mission complete. Great work, team. A green one. Nice. Green, we always take that. Thoughts on melee influence taking over most arcanes? Not really. Nothing that hasn't been said before. You know, melee influence is... Dude, let me set up my buffs first. No, melee influence... The thing with melee influence is I think it is very, very strong. But I also think that the game is going into a direction where it becomes less and less relevant over time. For the endgame, at least. And what I mean with that is... that melee influence is great for crowd clearing. But if we're being real, right? If we're being 100% real, then the end game today is no longer playing a level 100 Star Chart Steel Path survival mission. Yes, 2 years ago, that would have been some of the hardest content in the game. And of course, melee influence absolutely slaps that into oblivion. But, that's the big but, it's no longer the case. And if you're playing Archimedia at level 500 like we're doing right now, and you're going up against a Legicide, then melee influence doesn't do anything. Because the enemies that you really have to fear, like Necromex if you're doing deep Archimedia, like those Legicides that we were just fighting who take incredible amounts of damage, those enemies don't care about melee influence. And I think that is why it is not overpowered. It is just overpowered if you test it against normal Steel Path Star Chart. And I think it is fine if it is overpowered against that. But still, I think melee influence should have maybe gotten a little more playtesting before releasing it, because it has dominated the meta since it came out, and it kind of overshadowed a lot of the other melee arcanes, which was sad because there are a lot of good ones in there. For example, Melee Vortex. Melee Vortex is so good, the only reason nobody uses it, or many people don't use it, is because why would you pull in enemies from an AoE towards you to then kill them, if you could just also melee influence kill them? Melee Vortex plus gas. Yes, that is very good. I think Melee Vortex got a little boost in user friendliness when the I don't remember the name per se, that one melee mod that adds magnetic. When that was introduced, Melee Vortex got quite the boost, because now you don't have to sacrifice 2 mod slots just to make Melee Vortex happen. You can have gas and magnetic with just 3 mod slots spent. And I think that's good. Maybe at some point in the future there will be a time where Melee Influence gets dethroned by Melee Vortex. And I would be all for that. Oh sure, Jack, yeah, you can use a companion to prime, that's true too. But as it stands right now, the issue is still that technically Melee Influence does the same thing as Melee Vortex, kill enemies in an AoE, just that Melee Influence kills them right away, whereas Melee Vortex, you just need to pull them in first and then kill them. So, yeah, that's the unfortunate part about it. Good run, by the way, good run. A Tau Forge Orange. Should have gotten that before I did the what was his name? What was his name? Before I did the Corvex guide. Because on my Corvex I only have 5 normal oranges. But hey, thank you so much to the team. Thank you so much for participating in the run. Thank you for carrying my butt through this. I mean, it's half a red one. We could say this is half a Tau Forge red one. Maybe, potentially, hypothetically, next time we get the second half. Maybe. But it was a good one. I liked it. Metanoia. So at that point of endgame, what other good melee arcanes should we try to look into? As I said, right now Melee Influence is still dominating the meta. So if you're just looking for power, there's nothing else I can really recommend. I would love to, but when it comes to pure power, you go Melee Influence on everything. There are just a few exceptions. I just hope that we're gonna get to a point where, yeah, other stuff becomes more useful too. You got Melee Vortex from the Netrocells, that's cool. By the way though, let me get out of the music for a second. Now that we're done with the Archimedia, I want to do some Coda lich farming, some Coda weapon farming. But you gotta help me a little bit, because given the fact that haven't done a lich run till now, I don't even know anymore how to trigger them. I know there was a tutorial video with DE Zach in it. By the way, great work, I really like that, where he explained on release day how to actually do the liches, but I am not well prepared for that. I haven't looked into that before the stream. Lego Master, you're going to sleep now? It's 11 and you're tired. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I wish you a good night, and hopefully your Wi-Fi is fine now. I hope your Wi-Fi does not need any medical attention. Hope you fix that. Leo, some enemies drop a thingy, you grab a thingy and put it into a PC, hack, and then spawn. Okay. Sounds doable. Do I just run a normal 1999 mission for that? Or do I need to do a special one? Hoi guy, go into a mission as soon as you see a strange yellow marked, pick it up and put it in a PC, play Snake, get rich. Just a normal one, just run a tech rob. Any tech rob mission? Okay. You have to do a mission on the PC. Yes. Exterminate or whatever is... Okay. Okay, so essentially we're going here doing a tech rob mission like Hell Scrub. And then we play Snake and spawn the Lich. And I remembered that you only need one of these mods on the Parazon to actually stab the Lich. Just, it needs to be the right one, right? You only need to hit one and not 3 in a row. Tian, welcome! Yep, correct. You need to farm the mods. I think, Jack, I think I might have the mods because of the Warframe Creator Program. I think I got 1 copy of all of those mods so far. I think I got it when it released. Yeah, you go out. Yep, I have 1 copy of all of them. I think that's all of them. So, can I go and put 3 of them on the Parazon? And if one of them is right, then it will automatically be right? Or do I have to only put 1 on the Parazon and that has to be the right one? Better 3? Okay. Then let's go with these 3 here. Oh yeah, and there's also the quote-unquote potency mod. Yeah, the potency mods here, which give you additional bonuses, right? I think I'm going to go with this one. Requiem, antivirus, and potency mods may only be placed in the top. Oh, okay. So I can put multiple of the antivirus mods up here to increase the chance of beating the Lich earlier. Or I could take fewer of them, but therefore put potency mods in here to get additional stuff. Is that correct? Oh, you used it after finding the... Okay. Using it after finding the right one. Thank you so much, Fireline. Use them once you know the code. Okay. I think I got it now. So we just dump all the antivirus mods on the Parazon. Hope we get the right one. Play a little bit of Snake. Punch some infested goons in the face. And once we have the right one, we dump all of that stuff in. And go to Railjack. Finish him off. Go to a little concert. Sounds about right. So, which beautiful Warframe are we going to use? That's the next question. Since Tekrot doesn't really have clearly visible heads, we're not going to go for Harrow. We could go Gauss. You know what? No, I want to play Dante. I had so much fun putting together my Dante video. I want to play Tome Dante. With this build right here. No, with that one. And we're going to go with Zenerik just for the energy. That should be it. Yeah, for the concert, yes, yeah. Paladin, definitely. For the end game, for the concert, we're going to go with Mr. Invincible. That is for very damn sure. So who said that they wanted to join in for the Liches? Let me quickly refresh because probably everybody in that list is already offline anyway because we took so long for the Archimedia. Anyone who wants to hunt some Liches, message me in game right now. And we're gonna get into the mix. Hopefully this time everybody will make it. Hopefully this time nobody's gonna drop out. Yo, veteran, you just got a 3-day booster. Which booster? Resources, affinity, credits? Mass Atrocity, welcome! Still missing one. Bye-bye. Oh, there we go. The crew has assembled. Let's play some Snake. Oh, no, don't worry, Blue Hoodie. We're probably gonna do Coda for a little bit. So you finish your Archimedia. Hopefully you get a couple of good red ones. Affinity, so not bad. That's good. If you have stuff to level, that's really good. Tenno assemble, that's right. Let's play some Snake. That's what we're already doing. We're going the Snake style with the bicycles. With the bikes. Shifty, welcome to the stream. By the way, it's my time again to say for everybody watching on YouTube, if you have a Twitch account, you're more than welcome to click the link in the description down below to switch over to Twitch, because I have a better and easier time reading Twitch chat, because they actually put some thought and effort into designing a chat window for ease of use. I was actually talking with a friend yesterday about YouTube live streaming experience, and we were both baffled by how little effort YouTube has put into this feature. Like, just to be clear here, right? YouTube is part of Google. This is probably the biggest tech corporation in the entire world. Okay? And they just can't figure out the simplest stuff, like, you know, having something like gift subs where the gifter can actually decide who to gift to. On Twitch, if you want to gift a subscription, you can just click a name in the chat and say, hey, I want to gift you a sub. On YouTube, you can't do that. On YouTube, for I think 2 years, is that the thing that I need? That's the CD, right? That's the snake. Let's take the snake. On YouTube, you can't do that. Where do I need to put it in? Am I dumb? Where's the computer console? As I was saying, on YouTube, you can't do that. You couldn't do gift subs on YouTube for 2 years after they introduced the live streaming feature. And then they introduced the gift subs, but it was random. It could be like, I want to give 5 subs, but YouTube would decide who they go to. And you have no control over who to gift them to, which I think is hilarious. One of the biggest corporations, thank you for marking that, one of the biggest tech companies in the world should know better. And that's not the only feature, right? There's another stuff like, for example, that names in the YouTube live chat are not colored. Oh no, the virus. Take Rod's awake. Very nice. So now we got our first Coda. That's cool. It's always at the beginning before you go underground. Thank you, Damo. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. And there's also a lot of other features that Twitch has, which is nice, and that YouTube just does not have, which is unfortunate. And at some point, I just gave up hope that they will ever introduce that, which is really sad, because I genuinely think that YouTube could have completely destroyed Twitch by now if they even tried. They have the server infrastructure, they have the long-form content monopoly, they have everything. And, you know, Twitch has always its good bit of drama and its issues. So if YouTube really wanted, they could do this and Twitch would be over. And to me, it's crazy that they're just not even trying. They only want, Leo, they only want to ban people for using ad blocks. Yeah, that's true. You can do anything, but you do not get... Tessern, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, thank you. As we were talking about features, that's also one thing. Like, YouTube desperately wants to do these, wants to the channel membership to be the equivalent of Twitch subs. But yet again... Why can you have Amazon Prime and get a free Prime sub like Tessern right now, who gifted their Prime sub to me, which I really appreciate. But if you have YouTube Premium, do you get a free channel membership? Do you get it? Can you do that? No. Why? YouTube, why? It's sad. Blue Hoodie, you just realized you have an extinguished dragon key. Yeah, that's how we do it, Blue Hoodie. That's how we do it in the hood. In the hood, we play it risky. We take all the dragon keys into Elite Archimedia, not just one. Don't be such a wussy. Everybody, yo, Blue Hoodie just told me that he only took one dragon key into Archimedia. Isn't that hilarious? Don't the real Tenno take all four just for the thrill of it? Huh? Just kidding. I couldn't even make it through the whole thing without dying with 0 dragon keys. Yes, absolutely, GYG. I'm completely in with that. YouTube does have the monopoly on long-form content for a reason, which is that the YouTube video recommendation algorithm is absolutely peak. Like, there's a reason why my channel got monetized within the first month of publishing my first Warframe videos here. Because the algorithm is really, really darn good to recognize which content is being appreciated by the viewers and pushing that out very, very soon without you having to do anything. And I greatly appreciate that. This is crazy. It is crazy. If you start a YouTube career right now and you're just really good at what you're doing and you're making really good videos, I guarantee you're going to start earning money within the first month without having promoted your videos anywhere. You can have a dead channel, completely new, 0 subscribers, 0 followers, 0 anything, and just start uploading, tell nobody about it, and YouTube will get the audience to you like this. That's the great thing about YouTube, and I appreciate that a lot. I mean, it is my job, and it wouldn't be possible if YouTube wouldn't work like that. I'm just saying the live stream features on YouTube, they just suck. I think being on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time is a good thing because they're like yin and yang. If you're just streaming on Twitch, you're not going to get exposure because the moment you get offline, nobody knows that you exist anymore. And on YouTube, you can do those videos for everybody to see them and for everybody to check you out 24/7 because they're there and YouTube is going to take care of that. But if you want to live stream on YouTube, it's tough. So I'm happy that I'm doing both now. I'm also happy that so many of you who came onto my YouTube streams say, you know what, I want to watch on Twitch too. I want to go over there, leave a follow, and rather chat there. I really appreciate that. And I'm happy that you're all here. Technic, what happened? It's 32, welcome. As we were speaking about new chatters on Twitch. Mandarin, when do I think the new Prime comes out? I think probably in May. I think in the next dev stream on May the 10th, we're going to learn about the new Prime. And I think the new Prime will come out before the potential June update. You know, usually you have 4 mainline updates in Warframe. 1 in March, 1 in June, 1 in September, and then the big one in December. And in between, you have the Primes. And I probably think that the next Prime will come before the June update. And I also probably think it's going to be Yarly. It would be crazy if it was not Yarly. You say that as I get bombed with 3 unskippable ads. Abram, I'm sorry. I am very sorry. As I said, I wish I could just disable ads on Twitch entirely. Chilled Gaming, hello friends, hello Chilled. Wish you a beautiful Monday afternoon. Why is nothing happening? Shouldn't we, like, finish the mission? I mean, it's no problem. We have Overguard, right? Is it because Darkslayer bugged through the wall? Is that happening again? What's going on? Teammate is stuck. Can you, Darkslayer, can you type in /unstuck? Brian Dowlin, you've been playing for 15 days, Master Rank 14. Wow, that's some pace there. 15 days, MR 14 already? That's crazy. That's really crazy. Thank you so much for the advice. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy that I could help you. I think you're on a good journey if you made MR15 in MR14 in 15 days. That's crazy. Took me 8 years or so to get there. To be fair, I was inactive for 7 years, but still, that's great. I'm happy to hear that you're having a good time. Zozuke Eisen Sosuke $2. Thank you so much, by the way. What would be your top 5 favorite frames? Yours is Limbo. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel it. I think this mission is not gonna work out anymore. We're gonna keep the Lich anyway, right? Oh, Darkslayer left. Okay, let's get out of the zone, get into the zone again. Maybe it works then. Nope. Okay, yeah, screw that. We're gonna get the Lich anyway. My favorite 5 frames. Revenant. Definitely, because he my boy. He my boo. I would say Protea, because Protea is, she's just perfect. Then Dante too, especially as a Spectre. I think every account should have a Dante Spectre. Dante Spectres are really OP. These would be my top 3. Bugframe, yep. Bugframe added again. But hey, we got our Lich. We got our Lich. And which other 2 frames would I recommend? That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I mean, Gauss is amazing. Styanax is cool, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's top 5. Let me take a look at the list. Maybe I get some inspiration there. I love Mesa, but I have yet to try her out with the Arcane on her Exalted. Oh yeah, let's just say Revenant and Revenant Prime. Can I say Revenant and Revenant Prime? No, Saren. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you 6 top 5 frames. Gonna give you 6 top 5 frames, and I'm gonna put Harrow and Saren both in the 5th slot because they're essentially doing similar things by being the most OP weapon platforms in the game, especially with Cyto 9's invisibility subzoom. They're both amazing, just that they focus on different things. You know, Harrow is the crit guy. If you want to have crit and a lot of self-sustain, you go with him. If you just want to absolutely overkill on damage, then you go Saren. I think that would be my 6 top 5 Warframes. Thoughts on Valkyr? I like Valkyr. I really do. I have yet to try her out with the Arcane. I think that gave her a good boost. But I think her invincibility is too inconsistent. That's my issue. I once tried to run a Valkyr against Infested, and whenever an Ancient would come with his arm and be like, it would break your invincibility and you would insta-die. That's what I don't like so much about her, because with Valkyr, the best way to play her is being permanently in her exalted form with her claws out and be invincible against anything. But as soon as something happens that force switches your weapon out or that breaks this invincibility, and there are unfortunately quite some of these things, you're out immediately. And that's a bit of a problem, I think. Oh yeah, and that the only good melee attack that she has is the spin to win attack, and that her normal attacks are just completely garbage. Why don't I do the Master Rank test? I have. Answer that in the FAQ down below. Because I like it bling. But again, thank you so much for the runs. Even though it got unfortunately bugged. Let's invite some folks for the next ones. Let's actually hunt down some stuff, huh? Shall we? Oh little boy, minus Baruch, Mesa, Dante, Gauss, and Protea. That's totally fair. That's a good selection. That's a definitely good selection. Father Kullervo, Kome, Frost, Varuna, and Ember. That's an interesting selection. I think of course they're all good frames. Essentially, there are no bad frames in the game anymore, except maybe Oberon. Wink, wink. But the fun part is that when we're talking about good Warframes, 2-3 years ago, there was like half of the roster that was really good, and half of the roster that was just, fell off. But nowadays, everything is good with some very, very few exceptions that are deserving of a rework, I would say. Very few exceptions. Let's hope that's not gonna bug out again. And that makes it really difficult to pinpoint which are the best Warframes, so to speak, right? Top 5, Titania, Titania again, Zaku, Gauss, Protea. I mean, it's fair. If I can say Revenant and Revenant Prime, then you can say Titania and Titania again. My MR is 30. My MR is 30. And I like it this way. 30 is a nice round number. Greymane Unbound, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Why is the alert not playing? Why is the alert not playing? That's weird. Oath, what's up? Just got your hands on Mirage Prime. That's nice. Mirage Prime is a beautiful frame, literally and figuratively. Congratulations, much fun with her. Definitely try out one build where you're using a fan weapon and shoot out the daggers with the heavy attack, because that actually has all 4 of her clones throw the daggers. It's one of the very few frames where one of the very few weapons where all 4 clones actually attack alongside you. And I find it hilarious. Father surprised Volt didn't make it. To be fair, Volt is a really good frame. I've just never been really that much of one of his like fans. Like, I appreciate him as a good frame, and he's very versatile, but I've always hated Eidolons. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I never appreciated Volt as much as other players do. But yeah, the thing is you can make a point for absolutely everything in this game nowadays, which I think is very great. We have super duper variety, and I like it that way. Zoomy boy with a shield, yep. And to be fair, having Amir being a super nice character really buffs Volt in the fashion type of way. Kenneth, other players don't do Eidolons either. Ooh, truer words have never been spoken. I'm not gonna lie, Eidolons fell off. I don't want to say that you can't enjoy Eidolons, right? If you like Eidolons, then that's your opinion. But I think we all agree your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, Eidolons have a lot of fans, and that's totally justified. I just never liked it. And to be fair, I never liked any type of boss fight in the game that would constantly throw you into the air, throw you from left to right, shake the camera. I just hated Prophet Taker. I hated Eidolons. I was just visually overwhelmed with all the stuff that is going on. Oh, everything's wrong. Beautiful. That was going on screen. That was just me. We just keeping it real. Exactly. Do you know this Eminem meme? I love this Eminem meme. I mean, I know it's your opinion, but your opinion is wrong. I just love that. Oh, I don't have Overguard. Okay, let's work on that. Thought on Mirage. I like Mirage. I recently made a Mirage video, and I think Mirage is in a very, very good spot. You can use her as a glass cannon by amping up the damage like crazy, but you can also make her very tanky. And she has her 4 clones, which amps up the damage output quite significantly. We're gonna get along nicely then. Oh, real Shinzan, you built your Mirage according to my build. Well, I hope you're gonna have fun with that. Hope you like the build. I had fun testing out Mirage, especially when all her clones are shooting out stuff. Maybe not necessarily the most reliable frame in Archimedia, but definitely fun to play in many other modes. Dystopia, welcome back. Hope you made it home safely. Yeah, I also wish that Dante... Oh no! Oh no! No, not again! Not again! The moment I read a dystopia in chat, that thing starts again. The Ghoul, thank you so much. Gotta run to a meeting. Have a great day. You have a great day too. I hope you can live with having the responsibility of having started the train again. Do you know what you did? I hope you're gonna have a nice Monday, and I hope that you will remember what you did here. You know what I'm saying? I forgot where I was. Dystopia, stop it! Stop it! If you won the lottery, then buy a house or something. The goat is back. Hype, hype. Oh, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. You know, when I was updating the PNG files for the bid badges the other day, and I looked into the folder that I had, I think the highest bid badge image that was in this pack that I bought ages ago was like something for like 200,000. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to set up something for 1 million. Nah. Nobody will ever have 200,000 bids. That would be crazy. I shouldn't have jinxed it. I shouldn't have jinxed it. I think that's gonna happen sooner than later. Sooner than I'm comfortable with. Because you all are crazy. Ollie boy, confused with the Baruch video. How am I getting red crits? Let me remember what I did there. Let me remember what I did. We can take a look at the Baruch build. Actually, we can play exactly that Baruch build in the next run. I should get home, by the way. I should get out of this situation. We're almost over the 15-minute, already over the 15-minute mark. Femboy Prime subbing. Thank you so much for the sub, Femboy Prime. We have a Nezha main in here, it seems. Thank you so much. I do not know why this freaking alert does not play. I do not hear a subscription alert, and I don't know why. I'm gonna, after we're done with this mission, I want to check that out. I do not know why this alert sound did not play, why I didn't hear it. Because it did work earlier. It did work earlier. That's crazy. You was gonna tell that joke. Well, guess I got it first. Oh man. Noodly, exactly. That's the good point. I did use the helmet ability from Kalervo. That's true. Yeah, I used Kalervo's helmet ability, Wrathful Advance. That was giving the red crits. All by himself, I think he can't get the red crits without Wrathful Advance, which is fine, right? You can go without Wrathful Advance. He's still going to deal tons of damage. It's not like that's not going to happen. It's not like that's not going to happen, but yeah. So let me, before we do anything, let me check why the freaking alert was not playing. Let me quickly go into my Twitch settings and see why that is not working. Test events.
Welcome, Tenno.
Okay, if I press test, it works. Why didn't it play when Femboy Prime subbed? I don't get it. Why did it work earlier? Why didn't it play this time? Why didn't they play for the Prime sub from, was it? I don't know. I hope that's nothing on my end. Bug Twitch, maybe. I mean, Dystopia, yeah. Dystopia, yes, the bit alerts work. They have always worked. I don't know why the sub alert didn't work. That's weird. But yeah, let's quickly check out the Baroque Prime. By the way, I took off some shards from Baroque because I needed them for my... For which video was it? For my Atlas video. I didn't have that many purple shards. I took them off of Baroque, put them on Atlas. So not so much crit damage. But yeah, this was the build that I showcased in the video, I think. And it does have Wrathful Advance, which gives plus 242% crit chance on melees. And that's where all the crit chance comes from, and that's why we have the red crits. Had to check for ya. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. And now keep your money to yourself, Dystopia. Quick, somebody call Cristiano. Yo, Typher, you're completely right. Somebody call Cristiano because my alerts are not working. Since you're a creator at some point, please get more Dante skins. I wish I had enough aura to make that happen. Because I want a good Dante skin as much as the next guy. For Dante, I kind of feel a bit like I felt for... What was his name again? Damn, what was his name again? The one who recently got a Prime, where the Prime looks really good, and the normal one didn't. Lavos, yeah. I want to have a Lavos situation. I want to have a Lavos glow up for Dante. The normal Lavos was a really, really good kit. Wrapped in... I don't want to be disrespectful, but wrapped in some wrapping paper that I personally didn't like all that much. Let's just put it that way. And then Lavos Prime came out. And I liked the frame a lot. Because I actually started playing him after I got the Prime. So yeah, I would love a deluxe skin or a Tenogen skin for Dante to have the same effect. And yes, we do need to switch out something on the Parazon because all that stuff was not working. Firelight, Dante Prime will be a pure aura farm. Yes, yes, absolutely. By the way, everybody, thank you for the runs. Let me quickly invite a new set of Tenno. I totally forgot who was in and who wasn't. Oh, we're already done. Who wants to do the next run? Who wants to do the next Lich run with me? Message me in game now. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Nourish is always a good subsume. Suzuki, yeah, Nourish is always Nourish works on so many frames. It's basically like Roar, right? You can never go wrong by using that. Okay, now that we know that this might cause an issue, I'm going to decline the... If you want to join, by the way, for everybody who might be wondering, if you want to join the squad, just type in /w, MHBlacky, and then something, and then you will show up just like the rest here in the chat window for the next couple of runs, in case anyone was wondering how to join me in-game. Oh, Corvex Prime Goat. Yeah, Corvex Prime would be amazing. I think Corvex is a really good frame. Huh? Who? Why did Darkslayer leave? Wait, which build did I have here? Melee Influence. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just do Melee Influence. Yes, I got the antivirus mods. I did. I switched them out. Honas, how am I doing? I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. How about you? How's your Monday been so far? What have you been up to? A golden nuclear power plant. Yes. Just throw some liquid gold onto him. Now, I think Corvex is in a really good spot, especially with the little buff that they gave in the recent hotfix, where they made it so that you now can actually do dash while being in your 4. That's really good. We're still missing one. What are my thoughts on Coda weapons? We are farming them as we speak because I haven't gotten a single one yet. We're basically working on the backlog. So unfortunately, I can't answer that just yet. The usual school and homework. Yeah, you know, homework was always... Okay. Got failed to join. Okay, that's... interesting. I am sorry for that. The good old netcode again. The good old netcode. But yeah, I gotta say, the one thing that I least miss about school was the homework. I would have loved it if it was normalized that you just do your homework in school after school, and then you come home and you're free. I never understood. I mean, some schools do that in Germany nowadays, but when I was in school, such a thing was not, in fact, the case, and I always hated having to work on school stuff after I came home from school. Would have been cooler to just be able to do that in school and then just be free. Kind of like more of a work type of lifestyle. You know, if you work a 9 to 5, you come home after your work and you're done and you can do whatever you like and you don't need to feel bad about doing whatever you like. I used to like that much more. What the heck? Wow, Twitch chat is exploding. That's a long message. It is already disappearing. Give me a second. Hope you're doing well. Muri, welcome to the chat, by the way. It's actually the first time on your channel. I have a question. I find it difficult to watch your videos, not because I think they're useless, on the contrary, but because of the way the setup is presented. Showing the mods one by one and going back and forth makes it really boring for me. Personally, I just want to get the build quickly, copy it, screenshot it, whatever. Actually, I mean, I appreciate the feedback, appreciate the honesty, but I gotta say, I do show the full mod setup. I've not responding. What is going on? Am I still live? Kind of have the feeling I'm not. Are we still up? Nope. Okay. I'm back. We're back. I don't know what happened. Okay, I just died in the game, but screw that. Welcome back. Okay. Let me quickly check if YouTube is also back. That is something I need to quickly double check. Is YouTube there? Are we there? Looks like it. Okay. YouTube works, Twitch works. Welcome back. Okay. I was just about to answer the question. Yeah, I did for a time only show every single mod by itself. And I agree that that was not good. And then I added a full mod screen at the end. The thing is, and that is unfortunately something that happened to annoy me quite a bit over time, there are a lot of occasions where if I just show the build without context, people lose their absolute mind in the comments because they just shout, bad, build shit. because they don't understand the build, which is why I tend to explain how it works in the first place and then show the build afterwards. Or maybe I should learn how to freaking play Baruch. Yeah, that's just kind of the mentality that I always had. I know that especially for more veteran players, it is probably pretty boring to have to listen to me explain how Arcane Avenger works every single time. But the fact is that there are, and it's all wrong again. Okay. Yeah, there are actually a lot of players out there who don't know that. And that is why I explain those things as often as I can. Because I know if I were to get into a video where somebody explains something and simply expects that I know why certain things are chosen, that this would confuse me quite a bit if I were a new player. And that's why I try to keep it always beginner friendly. I'm probably not the number one source of builds to go to if you are a very experienced player already. Never disconnected, Nila. Okay, thank you for the info. I'm just happy that we're back. I don't know why that happened, but it's good that we're back. Oh, Cosmic Crow, that's nice. But no video is perfect. No video is perfect. There's always things to improve, and I appreciate honest feedback. It's just something that you cannot make everybody happy. And depending on the feedback, yeah, sometimes I decide to take certain feedback if I think that it would improve the videos the way I envision them. But some other feedback, I personally think probably I shouldn't take. You know, it's always a balancing act, so to speak. You can never make everybody happy. I just try to make it as good as I can. Thank you for the nice message, Muri. I appreciate the feedback. It actually happens very, very rarely that people are capable of voicing criticism in a mature way like you did. Most people, and by most, I mean a lot of people in the comments, just say, you should. And then there are a lot of replies there that are like, yeah, of course. Yeah, worst build ever. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, thank you for the criticism. Next time I will just try to make it less shit. I totally didn't see. I'm sorry. I totally did not see that. Thank you so much for that feedback. That helped a lot. Just make it less shit and then it's not going to be shit anymore. Yeah. But that happens quite a bit. So that is why I appreciate genuine, mature feedback a lot. I do. I talked about this on another stream, actually. I think we did Deviri at the time. And I said that genuine feedback, I probably appreciate that even more than compliments. Yeah, Goat, that's right. I started using the word suggestions with my builds quite a lot more because it annoyed me when people were looking at builds thinking me having a build on the video means this is the objectively only right way to play the frame, and then getting mad that it's not 100% their build. Which is why I started saying suggestion, and why I also started saying a lot of this is my opinion, to make it very clear that there is no one right way to play a certain frame, except Revenant, where you need 550% ability strength, and if you don't have that, you're playing Revenant wrong, of course. But we all know that. We all know that. No, I'm gonna be real. Those trolls actually don't bother me. The fun thing is, we talked about negativity bias in the past, and if you're creating content, no matter on which platform, it's just gonna happen, and you just gotta ignore it. And that is getting easier by the day. By the way, I need to remod the Parazon because I did everything wrong again. So it's not this one. It's not the W. It's not the 44. It's not the heart. Worm Army and Trojan Hacker. Are these the right ones? Gotta do this? Is that the right way to do it? I see. Okay. Chicken teriyaki. Yeah, thinking. It's one of those. Hey, I have never seen that overlay before, okay? I am playing this blind. It's like it is the same as if I were to play, let's say, Destiny for the first time on stream, like all the Destiny creators who played Warframe for the first time on stream, and then have no idea what's going on. That's how I feel right now. And I need to play this a little bit more before making a guide on it, because I don't feel capable of making a guide on it just yet. Let's play a bit of Saren. Let's play a bit of Shock Trooper Saren with that fashion, of course, and the Rakta Dark Dagger. It's not even a full build, doesn't matter, strong anyway. Percent bonus. Kenneth, thank you so much for the tip. We're gonna want to have a percent bonus. Gain 10% disinfection chance to drop. Okay. Potency mod. You know what? I think we're gonna go with the heart cell. Because the mods are tradable, aren't they? Heart cells are not. I think I'd rather have more heart cells. Heart cell is a good choice. Thank you for the confirmation. Put antivirus. Ad over. Okay, there was an ad again. Sorry to hear that. Good that the ad is over now. But okay, let's see who wants to do the next one. Autumn Night, welcome to the stream. What's on the docket for today? We already did Temporal Archimedia. Was pretty good. We got 2 red shards, one from the Archimedia, one from Bird 3. So I call that a W. And now we're doing essentially Coda runs with my Rakta Dark Dagger. Because I want to play that again. It's pretty ridiculous. I am effectively running my first Lich right now. I'm just going to spam out invites until the lobby fills up. Once you have the right one, you could put both. But don't I need 2 of the mods to hit the Lich? That's the wrong star chart. So what we have here, exterminate sounds about right. No, just 1. Okay. Oh, you just need 1. Okay. So there are 2 potential right ones, and you only need 1 of them on the Parazon. Interesting. Yeah, I probably should have watched that tutorial video from DE again before doing this stream. I'm sure that Zach explained all of it. But yeah, this is going to be a nice, easy little exterminate. With all the Saren buffs, because why not? Why not just completely overkill on Saren buffs? Mythical Wolf, there's only 1 correct, but it showed me 2 that were not red. I don't know. I need to look into this again. Or is it that... You know what? I will figure it out. After we're done with this Lich, we should figure it out. Should be able to do that. Wow. I don't think it's because of me, but we're being quick here. Holy cow. Just hit damage cap. Nah, not with the Rakta Dark Dagger. Rakta Dark Dagger is not going to hit damage cap so easily. But it's cool because you always keep your shields up. Especially in lower level missions like these. What? What? You hit damage cap with the MK1 bow? That's crazy. Okay. Oh, those were not mine, right? Damage cap with the Naturug. Yeah, the Naturug is a really strong weapon. Oh, this one here. No. Why can't I? Supply cache destroyed. Yeah, we're gonna survive that. Negative damage cap blue hoodie. That's also cool. Integer error. Tian, is Trumna Prime and Gauss Prime a good combination? Absolutely. Gauss Prime gives the Trumna the fire rate that it desperately wants. Sulag, hey kiddo, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And Aaron is also there. Wow. Beautiful Monday to both of you. I think because this was so quickly, and we're just gonna do a quick second one. How was your Monday? Rap tap tap, exactly. Monkey 99999, hoy, hoy to you too. Thank you, Sulak. Why are we out? Okay. Sometimes I don't. I'm just gonna shoot out invitations again. By the way, for everybody watching, the invitations are still open. Just DM me in the game, and we can do some Coda. Weapons remain. 3 weapons remaining. I am super close to getting every Coda. Ooh, monkey, that's cool. Every Coda weapon. I wish I was that far already, especially with the 60% boost. Aaron, my Monday has been pretty chill so far. Worked on a couple new emotes and alerts. And the stream stability was a bit of an issue today. The stream had a bit of a lag in between, and also the Warframe squads were, like always, kind of not really functional. I don't know why my stream is always cursed like that, but it is what it is. But, you know, other than those minor issues, it's all very, very nice. You're a bit late today, Nightfall Alicorn. That is no problem. I'm happy that you made it either way. Mr. Ali almost missed it. It's fine. You're not missing anything. We're live. Actually, we're going to be live a lot. For everybody who hasn't seen the schedule, we're going to be live a lot for this and the next week. We're going to be live today. We're going to be live on Wednesday. We're going to be live on Friday. And then next week, we're going to be live even 4 times. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday before the next dev stream. So it's a really, really full schedule. So for everybody who couldn't make it today or who has not been here for the full duration of the stream, there is a lot of live content coming these 2 weeks. So no stress. It's not like you're missing the once-in-a-lifetime chance to see me live. That's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Shaki, hi maid. And I'm on to what? You're into Warframe. Shaki, I hope you had a beautiful Monday so far. Which days this week, Chicken Teriyaki? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And next week as well. But next week, we're also going to be live on Saturday because there will be the next dev stream. So we have a full plan. And by the way, for everybody wondering, for everybody wondering when my live streams will be, on YouTube, unfortunately, there is not really a function to have like a public schedule set up. But on Twitch, you can always look into the schedule displayed on my account page. And there I do my best to always keep the schedule up to date. So when you look at that, you can be relatively certain that this is in fact the truth. And that whatever this schedule shows is in fact correct. Yes, Demo, Shock Trooper. Shock Trooper so I can use melee influence because I didn't feel like putting electricity into the mods.
They're like my big brothers. Always looking out for me.
400 meters, that's far away. Aaron, you used the Kai build for the Raw on 4. Yo, Kai has done some really disgusting things with Saren. Not gonna lie. In general, I just love his stuff. He puts so much effort into his videos. People say I have good editing, but man, you gotta take a look at what he does. Nobody cares about your supply cache, Aoi. Yeah, it was destroyed. Nobody cares.
We'll make do.
When do mileages appear? No protoframe, Saren. Sulak, no protoframe. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I would love it if I could just put the Saren head onto this skin because I really like this. Same by the way with Frost. I would like to have the Velemir head on just my standard Frost skin instead, because I think that the Velemir body skin is not superior to some of the Warframe versions of those skins. I'm about to go boom. True, yeah. Hey, any Soma barely around? What do you mean, Shaki? Imagine putting head on heirloom skin. Oh yeah, Florzy, yeah. That would be really it. Memba, nice to see me. Nice to see you too. Welcome to the stream, Memba. How you doing? How's your Monday been? Yeah, Chicken Teriyaki, totally agree. I would love it if the protoframe skins were, the protoframe heads would just be usable as normal heads. But I think that might not 100% work with the alignment. Yarly, Ivara, Octavia, protoframe. I think there would actually be a lot of requests for having a protoframe Yarly, especially since last year's cosplay contest on TennoCon. I think the cosplay contest last TennoCon alone would have been marketing enough for Yarly protoframe. More than enough. People would have bought that just because of the cosplay contest. See, for example, Autumn Knight would have gotten the Yarly skin anyway. And Memba, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Again, unfortunately, I don't know why the alerts are not working. Maybe it's because the stream bugged out earlier. Usually I do have an alert, and it looks like this one here.
Welcome, Tenno. Our numbers grow.
And I'm very sorry, Memba, that this alert did not play. I do not know why it doesn't do that, but you're not the first one where the alert doesn't play today. But thank you so much for your Prime sub anyway. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the crew. Wish you much fun with the emotes and with the loyalty badges. But why didn't it spawn mileages? Let's just do a quick another one. No problem, I'm happy. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work today. Earlier today we had some subs coming in that did trigger the alert, but it seems like it just stopped sometime during the stream. Hopefully next time it's going to be all functional again. Oh, technically you're going to use my Dante build? Well, I think then we can lean back and let you do the work, right? I think Dante is perfectly capable of carrying that whole thing solo. Frank Dolphin, when the Nightwave goes away, will we still be able to get the AX52 mod? I think the Nightwave mods for weapons, they do return occasionally in the Nora Knight shop, but it's not like they're going to be available every week. So it's probably going to be a bit of waiting time, but it's not that these mods are completely out of the game. They will come back, and also for other weapons that have been in the Nightwave before, those augments show up in the Nightwave credit store, maybe in the next season, maybe in the season afterwards. But don't be scared or FOMO'd into playing 24/7 to still make it. You will have a chance of getting that at some point. Or Mr. Ali, sure, the mods are, I think, also tradable, so you could technically obtain it from other players too. Deck Ultimate, good night, man. Good night, Deck Ultimate. Nice that you were here on the stream. I hope I didn't miss any of your messages, but I wish you good night, sweet dreams, and a good start into the Tuesday. Yes, Honas, also the OcuCore Sentient Surge. That was relatively expensive because, you know, it's rare if you get it on Nightwave. But I think it came back at some point, right? And that dumped the price into the lower regions then. Shaki, if you want to be invited for the runs, just quickly type me a message in the Warframe chat system, so I can just invite you like this, like the others also do. Maybe one of the mods can pin it into the chat again, what you need to type into the Warframe chat to be invited, because this way it's easier than typing the names into the communication console. It's easier for me if you just hit me a private message and then I can just click on your link. And Cosmic Crow just came in and was like, you know what? If the Twitch alerts are not working anyway, then let me just sup over on YouTube where the alerts have never been set up because it's YouTube live streaming. But Cosmic Crow, thank you so much for the Tenno Prime membership over on YouTube. Yes, that's true. Even though it's not Amazon Prime, I just named that channel membership Prime. Much fun with the loyalty badges also there. Much fun with your name showing up in the credits of the next video. And I'm also going to make sure for all the YouTube channel members that the new Twitch emotes that I've added today will be available. Yeah, that's one. That's one. Okay, it's the Z one. Okay. Did I get a hard sell? Did I get a hard sell? Nope. I will make sure that the new emotes that have been added to Twitch today will also be added for the YouTube viewers, so that you can also use my emotes on YouTube going forward. Wait, Aaron, Coda, really? Coda weapons are MR17? Is that high? It's really that high? I didn't double check it yet. Haven't looked that much into the Coda side of things yet. But yeah, MR17 is pretty high, that's true. Especially for weapons that are technically inferior to Incarnons, which you can get at MR, what is it, 14, 15? Oh, thank you so much, Cosmicro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Appreciate it a lot. Sorry, you noticed last night? Yeah, the thing is, and that is one thing that I'm actually a little bit afraid of, is when you are in the late game of Warframe and you are high mastery rank and you just have all the stuff, you kind of lose track of what might be a little bit of a roadblock for newer players. Like, for example, being MR17 as a requirement for having Coda weapons in the first place, right? I didn't even notice about mastery rank because, you know, I'm MR30. I don't have to worry about it. Or also, being a Warframe creator, I don't really have an insight into farming times because I get the new stuff delivered to my inbox as part of the creator program. So when it comes to these things like farming times, if the grind for something is bad, or if something is high mastery rank, I really need to look more into how much of a roadblock this actually is for players who are not that far into the game. And I appreciate reading these messages, because if you wouldn't have said that, hey, I kind of don't like it that it's MR17, I would have probably never noticed. So thank you so much for putting that on the radar. In general, anyone watching, if you're in the mid game or maybe in the early game, there's stuff that you deem as a roadblock or that you have an issue with, feel free to bring it up anytime. Because only this way we get it on the radar. Zarcias001, welcome to the stream. Can you give me a Gauss Prime build according to new meta? According to new meta. I mean, for Gauss, I think not that much has changed in the meta so far. To be fair, I think the Gauss video that I put out over on YouTube last year should be pretty up to date. Just give him a new weapon, a weapon that is currently good, and you should be fine. Because Warframe arcanes haven't really been touched all that much. Sure, there are some new arcanes for ability strength, but I don't think that Gauss particularly needs any of them. Dystopia, Mr. MR30 flex. Hey, MR30 is not as much of a flex anymore as it was 2 years ago. Now people are LR5, and that's the new normal. And I'm still sitting at MR30. So, I don't think MR30 is as much of a flex, if I'm being totally honest. Have I ever mentioned that I really don't like the underground section in Skuldra missions? I would have appreciated it if the Skuldra missions were simply, you know, on the street, and the tech rod would be underground. And if they were to separate that a bit. Because, I find the tech rod part of the level a bit troublesome to navigate. Honus, you still use my Gauss build and it's fun? I'm happy to hear that it still holds up. To be fair, I haven't looked into Gauss in the past couple of months all too much. Will there be more unique Blacky emotes, Chicken Teriyaki? I think, yeah. On Twitch, we still have, I think, currently 6 more emote slots that are unoccupied. So there's definitely space for more emotes. Just that I didn't have more image material to make emotes out of till now.
I totally warned you. And now
Yarly emote, Autumn Night. Yarly emote. Oh, Dark Known. 30,000 cryotic. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something about the 30,000 cryotic. Where is it? I want to show you something. By name, yes. Everyone see that? Everyone see that? So much for 30,000 cryotic. You can be a Warframe creator with 240,000 subscribers on YouTube and still not have gotten this darn hammer with 30,000 cryotic. There is no shame in that. There is absolutely no shame in not having this hammer. Just wanted to say that so everybody is aware of it. But yeah, now that I have the Parazon, I can finally put in... Yeah, Praying Hand, it's crazy. Totally agree to that. Oh no, it was this one. Boom. Yeah, Florzy, yeah, the Sibir needs 30,000 cryotic to build. And do you want to know how much cryotic I have? Let's double check. Last time I checked, it was 3,000. No, ooh, we're already halfway there. I'm surprised. We're already halfway there. Okay, maybe, after 12 years, maybe. Oh yeah, Vauban Prime with 7k Oxium and 9k Cryotic. That's a big one too. That's a big one too. Though Oxium is relatively nice to farm in IO. I always farmed Cryotic in IO. Right here, the Corpus defense. Where is it? There. Yeah, this Corpus defense spawns... Oh, no. I farmed Hexanon. That's what I farmed in IO. I don't know if there's a more optimized way of farming Cryotic, but Hexanon, that's definitely... IO is the way to go for that. But in general, if you're farming Oxium, definitely make sure that to have a Necros in your team, because for Oxium is a guaranteed drop from the Oxium Ospreys, and that drop is not influenced by the drop chance boosters from Cora or Hydroid or Atlas. Only Necros can give you more Oxium out of an Oxium drone. The Mr. 999 Trinity Prime takes 9k. 9k what? Also Cryotic, really? That's a lot.
You have loyalty issues, Tenno.
And you have Cryotic issues. Let me alone. Sabaris Incarnon drop week. Wait, Autumn Knight, you didn't get the Sabaris Incarnon last time? Cosmic Crow, do I decorate my backrooms? Haven't done that just yet. It's pretty vanilla all in here. I do have some decorations in my Orbiter though. I've seen on, I think it was on Primetime last time where, who was it? Was it Danielle who showcased her back room where she built a little band for Kalimos here? That was hilarious. Autumnite, I think, I'm not sure if last week was Sabaris. Let me invite some people. I'm sorry. I'm just standing here talking. I don't remember exactly who was in. Just gonna fetch some invites. And we're full. Okay. I know I don't know when the Sabaris Incarnon came around. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I would totally be up for that. Sabaris Incarnon is a really nice weapon. I noticed that when I did the Dex Sabaris Incarnon video. That was a really nice one. 2 to 3 weeks ago, Blue Hood. Yeah, that might be the case, yes. I think this week, for everybody who tuned in later, if you haven't done Duviri Circuit, then definitely check out what we have in store for this week. Because holy moly, this week is a banger for Duviri. You really want that. You don't want to miss this week's Duviri Circuit. John Smith, Cryotic is like the stock market. It goes up and down every day. Yeah, unfortunately. One thing, by the way, that they told us about in the last dev stream, which I really am happy about, is that they're going to make it soon that the removal of Archon Shards is not going to cost bile for everything. That different Archon Shards will cost different resources to remove, so that we finally aren't broke on bile anymore. Gilded Eden, which frames are in Deviri? I haven't checked out the frames already. I was talking about the Incarnon adapters for the Steel Path Deviri. Sorry for the misunderstanding. I did not check which frames are in the normal Deviri circuit this week. Cryptic Rick, you get the turret Incarnon now because of my video. Well, thank you so much. Happy that you liked the video. The fun thing is I notice every 6 to 8 weeks when the turret comes back into the rotation, I notice that the turret is in the rotation without even switching the game on, because out of nowhere, my turret video always gets clicks like crazy whenever the turret comes back into the rotation. It's always like I take a look at the video and it's going to show up, oh yeah, you got 5,000 new clicks basically happening overnight. And I'm like, I guess it's that time again. I guess the turret is back, isn't it? Yeah, the turret is definitely one of the best group clearers in the entire game. Blue Hoodie, oh no, the ads again. I'm going to get back to that when the ad is over. Taha, should you remove the normal Saren? I think Saren is a great Warframe. Of course, if you have Saren Prime, then you can remove the normal one, sure. But until you get the Prime, I don't see a reason to remove the normal Saren. Saren is better than just Mastery Fodder. Kenneth, no, I do not have a turret ribbon. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, I do not own a turret ribbon. If you have a turret ribbon, that's really like winning the lottery, though. Oopsie. So let's get some buffs up and kablooey. Is that mine? Nope, that's someone else's. I just love Saren. Like the buffs she stacks it's just ridiculous. Seth Abyssian, how's it going? Like I'm doing perfectly fine. Thanks for asking. How was your Monday? That's the more important question. Wait, Kenneth, you had 5 turret ribbons. You could have just said that you had 5,000 platinum. You could have also just said you had 5,000 platinum. That's the same thing, effectively. 5 turret ribbons is crazy. Today was good so far. I'm happy to hear that. It's always good if Monday is a good day. If you start the week on a high note, that's always very motivating. Where's the freaking acolyte? You go down, sir. Oh. Where we have you. Oh, the toxin proc. Rip violence. Yeah. No, I did not want to bring the Kubro back. Yeah, I think the timing is fine. We're going to make it. Leo, you came to YouTube because you couldn't post on Twitch. What happened there? Is Twitch bugged? Because I don't think you would have gotten banned, Leo. You never posted anything wrong as far as I could have seen. That's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna look into that. By the way, one of the reasons why I'm going to stream so often this and next week, what I was mentioning earlier, is that I want to try to get to the Twitch partner status as quickly as possible, because the Twitch partner status allows every viewer on Twitch to adjust the stream quality all the time. For non-partner channels, it sometimes happens that the stream quality is not adjustable. And for people with who are maybe watching on mobile internet, or who may have a little bit of a problem with their Wi-Fi, it might be an issue to watch on Twitch, which is why I want to get to partner as quickly as possible so we can solve that and everybody can adjust their stream quality over there. And in order to be Twitch partner, that requires me to have a whole lot of streams in 1 month. And that's also one thing that we're going to be working on. Oh, you have the Twitch chat stuck. It says, welcome to the chat line, and I can't read anything below. Yeah, I think Twitch might be a little bit buggy today. Also, for all the subs that came in today where the alert wasn't playing, kind of have that little bit of a suspicion that Twitch might be a little bit buggy. Lev, oh, you can adjust the quality. Yes, it's not set in stone that the quality is never changeable, but if you're not a partner on Twitch, then it might be that if they have a lot of server load, they take away the ability to adjust quality for non-partners to ensure that the partners have the bandwidth for them to be guaranteed to have that. And that's like a consistency that I would like to have. Because especially in the earlier streams, there were quite some that came from YouTube and then said, no, on Twitch it's buffering, I can't. And then they went back to YouTube. And that's sad. And I hope to have that fixed relatively soon. Lil boy, are there any builds that are outdated that I want to remake, and why? I want to remake my Mesa build relatively soon because, the Exalted Weapons got arcane slots, and my old Mesa build was using a technique that no longer works. But before that, I also want to make a Gara build. I haven't had a Gara build before, so I'm not technically remaking it. I'm just making one. And I think, with every new type of upgrade or new mod or new arcanes that come in with each and every update, there are certain frames who want to use that upgrade. So I think there will be never a situation where all my Warframe builds are constantly up to date, because every update basically outdates some weapon, some Warframe builds, and I can't keep up. But I'm definitely going to do my best. Oh, Lev says the Twitch phone app is buggy, and that's why we can't post chat. I'm sad to hear that. I have looked into my Twitch stats the other day, and it shows that 40% of stream 40% of stream viewers are actually watching on mobile. And if the Twitch app is so bad, that's really unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. YouTube has less delay than Twitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. By the way, I think I want to end the stream for now, because I still have a lot of stuff to do, and we're already going to see each other again on Wednesday. And as always, before we drop out, we're going to see if we can raid someone. We're going to see if we can raid someone over on Twitch. So for everybody who wants to participate in the raid, who is either currently on Twitch or still on YouTube, feel free to come over to Twitch. Let me quickly... No.
I was telling my chat.
Let me just see who is online. Let me just see who we could raid. Yeah, for everybody watching on YouTube, there is a link in the video description down below. You can join over to Twitch, join the fun there, and then we're going to pick somebody who is currently online and raid over. What was that? I heard something. What was that? What was that? Dystopia, cheer. Thanks for a great stream. Thank you so much for the cheer. You're too generous. You're too generous. I'm happy that alert at least played. But yeah, let me quickly take a look at who is live at the moment. Big love, by the way, already to everybody who was there. We could raid over to Salmonator, but we already raided him. I do not know. I do not know. Let's see. Do. Yeah, you know what? Let's just say hi to Sam. Why not?
Foster, which
Just got to make sure to not have his stream chat, his stream audio over on my chat, because guess what? Copyright strikes are a thing. Just type in the raid command. So for everybody who is there, we will see each other again on stream next Wednesday. I'm going to start the raid command right now. And to everybody who wants to join in, we can do that now. Wish the good guy a nice evening, a nice Monday. And I see you all very soon. Thank you for joining. Was a lot of fun today. And bye-bye.